Before you start things, there's a number of people who would like to speak to the board because the feeling that you're not really hearing them.
We have the opportunity for you to speak to the board.
Before the meeting gets
No,
started.
we have the full agenda, we have the speakers.
Well,
We will definitely invite you.
Well, okay.
Yes,
But this is,
absolutely.
This is exactly the problem. This is exactly the problem.
Sure.
That you're not listening. And it's just an example of it. You haven't started the meeting, you got a few minutes, people are still coming in. Russell has something to say for a time.
Yeah, I would like to say there's just a handful of us here, but we're representing, like, there's like I don't know, 1,000 of us that feel just like us. I've knocked on a lot of doors. I've lived in this community for 30 years. And recently, I discovered about a remodel that you wanted to get twice, the second story. And after living there for 3 decades, I've never seen this. And now you're sitting on the board of people who approved this? How did this happen? So anyway,
I'm just going, sorry, point of order. We came here for a meeting.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'll tell you what,
Yes.
this whole meeting, all these people should be fired. I don't feel like I need to respect them. They're not respecting our community.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm done, Matt.
All right. Good evening, Somerset neighbors. We welcome you all.
Since our next person is not here just yet, let me say that I thought.
I really want to know from the neighbors who have come for the meeting. We have a full agenda. Please, what's your name?
The problem is the board is not listening, so I thought it was a finished issue, and late in 2022.
Can somebody help us, please, here?
Came up again.
This is a community meeting. I will tell you, I can adjourn the meeting. I have 237 votes in my hand.
No, I'm not going to.
I will have people make the motion. We will elect the members. The rest of the slide and the report will be sent out to you in email. We will elect the members. The rest of the slide and the report will be sent out to you in email. You have a choice. We are not here. We don't get paid. We are volunteers. Not here to hear your ranting on and on. This is, please conduct yourself in the professional environment. I'm telling you. Sit down, I will give you the opportunity. Everybody says that we want to continue with the meeting.
I'm asking you, Lena Porwall and Chloe Chen, resign from this board and.
You are not the one to
I'm
decide.
asking them.
We have 237 votes. Let the meeting go and we will decide in the appropriate way. I heard you. Your name, please put down your name and what's your wish.
You know my name.
Yes, just okay. So please take the seat.
I can stand and listen.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be in the person. And Johannes, how many people we have online? I'm going to make sure.
22.
22.
And they are on? Can you just check if they can hear us? All right? Okay, cool. Thank you. So here's our agenda, packed agenda. The whole board members are really excited to share what they have accomplished, what's their vision for that Gazard, not Mark Gazard, sorry, Daryl Gazard from the Rec Club. Thank you so much for, I'm sorry.
So I can be mom.
Got mixed. Rec Club. And then we have Mark from the Bellevue Outreach Community. Where's Mark? So I would like someone to make the motion, and also we have 237 votes.
Point of order.
237 votes.
Point of order.
Roxy,
Can you describe how you validated these 237 proxies? Describe in detail how you did that?
We have 244 proxies.
Excuse me, who are you?
Who are you?
Charles Reed.
Gary Albert. So we have 244 proxies, all signed, delivered to the board, and verified.
Wait, excuse me. That, what I was asking, who verified those? How did they come in? Who verified them? Who verified them?
We verified with their property ID.
No.
And all that
There's a
sign.
process for verifying those properties. Who verified them?
We verified. To make the motion to,
Motion to the floor. I make a motion that these ballots be validated because what you said has not validated.
Yeah.
I make a motion that.
I want to make the motion to approve the last year's meeting minute. Who would make the motion?
I make a motion.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
I made a
All right,
motion.
so with that, thank you so much. All right, next slide, please.
I made a motion.
All right, so folks, I would like to take the minutes to recognize the sitting board. Here are the members of the board. My name is again Leena Porwal. I'm the president. Shilpa Reddy, she's the vice president. Mary Wood, she's the treasurer. Mary. Alan Young, he's out of town. He's our secretary. Gary Albert, he's members at large. Louis Chen, CRC. Events. Johannes Grab. Jeff Hu. Next slide, please.
Madam President, I have an objection to the way.
All right,
the
so
ballots were
before-
counted and validated.
So there was a lot of questions about the nominating, how do we nominate? Because we are bringing 2-3 new members
It was
to the
done
board.
properly.
So I would like to invite Gary Albert to come and talk about the nomination process. And also, we are ready to get 3 members on the board. And we would like to talk with the community about the conditions, the environment that this board is operating under. We would like to raise the awareness to this community and hear from the community.
May I make a motion?
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully it'll calm everything down, right?
yeah.
My name is Francis Brigo, and I was past president. The reason I'm doing this, okay, is because, as you can see, there's a fair amount of turmoil that you're seeing out here. And in my way of thinking, when there's turmoil, the best way to do is to get down to the bottom of it, see what we can do, look at the bylaws, make the right decisions, move on, and smile at each other. That's what I'm trying to do.
You're ready to make the motion, Francis?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for asking.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Who
go ahead.
seconds that?
I was trying to make it easy. Here's a motion. The motion I'd like to make is to move the introducing. The motion I would like to make.
Hand here, please.
The motion, oh, there we go. Thank you. The motion I would like to make is to move the introducing and selecting the proposed new directors to after the CRC report in the agenda. That's the motion.
I second that motion.
That's not the agenda. Where's the agenda here? That was not in the agenda.
I know, but according to the bylaws,
Yeah.
you can make motions
No.
on the floor.
But the thing is, those new members were in the proxy, which we got the community to actually
It
vote.
doesn't matter. What
No, it
matters is
does
what's in
matter.
bylaws.
Yeah.
And the bylaw says I
No,
can make a
I'm
motion
sorry.
on the floor.
No, I'm sorry.
So we
Show
will
me
be
whether I
checking.
cannot make,
Yeah.
please do that.
It-
Can you
it
go to the
was-
bylaw and show that?
The bylaw stated.
I read the
I call the
bylaws, that's
question.
not here. I don't argue
There we
with you.
go.
If it's there in the bylaws, then let's do what's in the bylaws, that's all I'm asking.
Let's vote on the motion.
Yes, here's a motion, I already said it, and I need a second, I'll say that again. Move introducing and electing the proposed new directors to after the CRC report in the agenda, that's the motion. Now, there's a second.
I second.
Okay, there's a second.
I don't know, it looks to me like you've got
I guess I
230
need to
votes
see the
there,
motion.
but that's the vote.
And if we already have the votes to do what we're doing, then there's no point in my doing what I'm doing.
Move introducing and electing proposed new directors after the CRC report in the agenda. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Okay, the nays carry.
All right, thank you. I'm only following process, okay? I'm not trying to.
And they started distributing alternative proxy door to door. Basically stating that the SCA is dishonest, unethical, illegal mess, and all that good stuff, according to them. And what we also saw that the new board members who were nominated and are going to be elected today, they were hand-delivered letters. People went to their houses, delivered the letter saying, you cannot be on the board, we are closely watching you. So how we have gathered all this information, next slide, we would like to show the example of this alternate proxy conversation.
Could I comment to this?
Can we stop you? Really?
I think you have come here only with one
You
motive.
can't talk out of both
Just
sides
one
of your
motive.
mouth, Gary. On the one hand, you say, hey, we want to have a dialogue, but you want to
Can
stop
you go to
me
the
from
next
talking.
She just told you that we will provide an opportunity for a dialogue at a separate meeting. This is not the meeting for that.
You have people here now. Why
Yeah.
not have a discussion?
Because that's not the purpose of this meeting.
That's not the purpose of the meeting.
Then why did you go on so?
Why do you go?
Why are you sidetracking the meeting with this stuff?
No, we're staying on track.
Yes, this is part of the agenda.
That's not on the agenda.
It is on the agenda. All right, so you go to the next
So you want to quiet the people that see dishonesty and corruption in this administration. That's what it is.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'd just like to know how. How do we nominate people? For the board, how do we nominate?
He just went through the process, right? We went through the process of nominating.
When you
the
send in your dues,
Yes.
there's a procedure on there usually where you want to volunteer. And if you check the box that you want to volunteer, then those are the people who are contacted to see if they want to be on the board,
Okay,
or
so
if they
then
want
this
to be on a
meeting we can
committee, or
nominate
in any other way help out with the building of the community and the social events.
So I tried to volunteer for the board, and I was even interviewed by the president of the board
Yes.
at that time and the previous president at that time, and I was not included on the list of nominees. I'm wondering why. Like, what was the process? I was nominated by the president.
I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's because I'm the chair of the CRC's neighbor who won't let her build her second story. I think that's why.
Yeah. That's the problem. The board is one-sided.
Okay, so you're saying if you want to be
So-
nominated, you have to check off that you want to volunteer, and then what?
And then they reject you
Yeah, so
outright without the proper.
No.
like, how do you get past that volunteer? It's not just I
What's
want
your
to
name?
volunteer.
What's your name?
Christina.
Christina, right, okay. So what we do is, there's a committee. We will
They will show you with committees now.
we will talk to you, we will interview you.
She didn't
Then-
interview me.
So there were many other contenders we interviewed,
So
and
what
so-
are the qualifications for volunteering for the board?
no, absolutely, fair feedback. So nomination is
I paid
something,
my dues.
lot of the, did you pay your dues?
Of course I paid my
Okay,
dues.
all right, good. So with you, Christina, there were many other board members who were being considered, and they were interviewed by the existing board members. And then, yes, I was interviewed. I had to write
I was
two
also
page
interviewed.
thing, why I'm passionate, why I want to come onto the board.
I had a 2-hour Zoom meeting with the two past
All
presidents
right,
as well.
so,
I'm just wondering why, if you're saying it's like, all you have to do is check off that you want to volunteer for the board to get nominated, how come your name does not get included on the nomination list if that's all you're saying it takes? Because I did that, I wanted to become part of the board because I wanted to engage the community and for the betterment of the community,
okay,
but I couldn't even get past, I was not even given the opportunity to be voted for.
thank you for the feedback. We will start the nomination process again. Some of our board members are leaving. And we will
Oh,
continue to-
sure.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Let me say also, there is no requirement to be interviewed by the board. There is no requirement to write some sort of essay.
Okay.
There is no requirement to put a checkbox on the volunteer box to be a member of this board. There is none. I've
Okay.
read the bylaws, I know what
Okay.
they say.
Good. Thank you.
There is, one more thing about being on the board. There is another opportunity to be on the board. If you're nominated from the floor of this meeting, which I plan to do whenever that happens.
Great.
One person was only here 1 month, it says.
Yeah, 1 month, how's that gonna happen? Are you gonna
1 year,
proceed,
so
are they
I
gonna supersede over us who've been here for 30, 40, 50 years or whatever?
Did they pay their dues last year or this year? Which do you think it was?
They would have had to have paid their dues this year.
I would make a motion, I would make a motion now.
Here's the
All of
proxy,
these-
244
All of
proxies,
these people listed here
244 proxies.
voluntarily recuse themselves now.
This is why if you have nominated yourself for the
Yes,
board,
second.
Can I say something to you?
right?
So we're asking that
we
all
have-
of these people
we
named
have
here.
244
I don't care
proxies.
about that, we're asking for.
I have a move, could you be quiet for a minute and I'll make a move? That we approve the slate of nominees as shown on the proxy sent by the Somerset Community Association.
No, you got, there's a motion already on the floor. There's a motion already on the floor for these people to recuse themselves. It's been
It's
seconded.
been seconded,
It's been seconded.
And we have
and we
the
have the
proxies.
proxies.
So why are we here?
What kind of meeting?
Yeah, you're just wasting our time.
If you don't play by rules, then you're not playing by any that I know of.
Motion to end debate and vote.
Motion, what?
Do I have a motion to end debate and vote?
Call for the question, call for the vote.
Call for the vote. Those in favor of what Charles Reeves has proposed, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
And the
I
board
think the
votes.
ayes have it.
And we
And
have
along with the proxies.
Board votes, proxies.
No, not with the proxies.
Okay, now, we have a motion
The railroad.
to approve the candidates as displayed.
I have nominations from the floor today. I have nominations for the board from the floor. That's in the bylaws. I can quote you the paragraph.
Okay, who are your nominations?
My nominations are Richard Balbrick, Russell Green, Everardo Ruiz, Christina Lee, James Arnold, Pan Yang, Robert Mason, and myself.
Have they all paid their dues?
I'm sure they have.
I don't
It was
think,
up to you to check. I sent our proxies in.
I did check and they
yesterday,
have not
and-
all paid their dues.
And having all, having all been nominated, I'd like.
They can't be nominated,
Since-
they can't be nominated if we're not dues paying members.
I'm asking that each person get up and introduce themselves.
No, they cannot be nominated.
Would you,
No.
Richard, this
No, point
is
of order.
Richard Baberick.
I've lived in Somerset for 35 years. Gary Albert allowed my panoramic view to be blocked by letting people put a glass panel deck up in front of my living room.
So here's the thing, we have the proxies, we
He's
have
speaking.
the
We've
board,
got
no, we have the
someone
board.
speaking here.
You are
You're
disrupting the meeting, you are just not letting.
Nobody will get a chance to speak if we
Thank
keep
you. All right,
talking
next
over
thing,
them.
next
Let them
slide.
conduct their meeting and we can
Next
talk
slide.
after.
Yeah, absolutely. You can speak after Christina, absolutely. What's the next one? Next slide, please. All right, so introducing, I've already introduced our speakers. Let's introduce our new legal counsel, Peter Eglin. Is he online? Yeah. Yes, you want Peter to speak? He's a new legal counsel. Few words. Johannes, is he there?
Yeah.
Does he want to
speak is
what we're asking. How can we hear?
Yep. I'm here now, yes. And yes, I can speak. I'd be happy to give a short introduction to my role and my experience, if that would be helpful. Although it seems as if you have your hands full as it is.
Zoom.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you, but no video.
Well, I'm actually, this is a damning admission, but I'm on the Big Island, and I'm in a lodging that has Wi-Fi that kind of doesn't support video. It's there's somebody else using video here too, and it's just very shaky. If I put it on, I'll probably start sputtering. So that's why I'm just using audio. So
Well, it's
to
a
make
great
sure.
place to be.
Yeah. Well, just don't hold it against me. Okay, so I'll just give a brief introduction. I understand there's kind of some passionate feelings here, and I understand that. This is not unfamiliar to me. My name is Peter Eglick. You want to look me up on my website. It's Eglick and Whited, E-G-L-I-C-K, and Whited, W-H-I-T-E-D, on the web. I'm a graduate of years ago of UPenn, Georgetown Law School, and then a law clerk to a federal judge. I've been a lawyer. I like to tell people since junior high school because otherwise they get scared. I've been a lawyer since 1975 and a lawyer in Washington State since 1979, practicing in environmental and land use law. And in particular, from the very start, I've worked with organizations such as SCA and the CRC. In fact, one of my first cases was for a covenant community here in the early 1980s that's still a client, and the issues had to do with covenants and views and the kind of things that really arouse people's concern. I've also been counsel for decades for Innis Arden and worked in particular on view and construction remodel issues under the Innis Arden covenants, which date back to the mid to late 1940s. They were established by Bill and Bertha Boeing, for those of you who are interested in local history. My partner and I have done several court cases for Innis Arden, and one in particular, Carlson versus Innis Arden, is one that's near and dear to my heart because I think it represents the largest award of attorney's fees ever given to an HOA when sued by a member. We prevailed in the case and we were awarded a good amount of attorney's fees. I also, more on the east side, I work with Talus Residents Association on land use and covenant questions. I know there may be some question or controversy about this, but I've also helped organize a couple of years ago, and now again, as it's come up again in the legislature, opposition to proposals by the legislature to invalidate existing covenants that regulate density, ADUs, things of that sort. You may say, well, why would Somerset care about that? Not to tell you what to do, but you should care because these things, if adopted, would override, depending how they're worded, of course, covenants that protect, to some extent at least, views and privacy and density on a lot. So if you're in a community that some feel strongly about where siting of houses and outlook and all these terms that are thrown around is important, you probably don't want the legislature to, in one sweep, override your covenants that regulate such things. And 2 years ago, we defeated that. This year, it's lurking around in the legislature, and there is a strong possibility it's going to be dropped in a bill, and another attempt or another run made at it. They've already said new covenant cannot. I'm sorry, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction, and we are glad that you're helping us out. So we are actually running a little bit behind time, so.
What? You mean I can't make a point of order? No, I'm sorry for going on, but I just wanted to give a plug for that because I know some people are saying, well, why are you advising Somerset to be interested in that? But I think hearing what I understand to be the concerns on all sides, that's something everybody should be concerned about, because it's really aimed at pre-existing, long-standing covenants, not just new ones. Okay, I'm done. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry if I took too much time.
That's nonsense. Have you seen the covenants?
I would like to invite the Bellevue PD. Do you want to come? Yes.
Thank you. My name is Marie V. I've been the treasurer for the Somerset Community Association since 2018. Adopt the 2024 budget as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Second. Those opposed?
No.
No. Okay. And because we've got the proxies, the proposed budget passes. Thank you.
Okay, do you want to have Peter answer that right now?
I think we can answer at the end, Peter, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, if anyone who wants to stay and be interested, if you're leaving, let's get out of here now, that's all.
Thank you all for attending. This is important.
Can you turn it off?